Guys, welcome back to the Outlast trials, where I am finally making my video on the X-Ray and Barricade rework. I've now had plenty time to experiment with them, mess around, and see genuinely how much better they are now. And I have some thoughts, which we'll obviously be going into. Alright, first, I'm just going to show off the Barricade rig, and then we'll do X-Ray. Alright, mother, piss off. Yeah, I am. See, why didn't protect that radio, man? What did she do? No. She is mental. I mean, she's a prime asset, so of course she's mental. Sorry, I'm just kind of forcing that task. Oh, so I do apologize for the lack of videos recently. My mental health hasn't really been great, but I think I should be back now. And yeah, unfortunately we did not get the battery booster like I wanted, because I did put on boosted short circuit. I mean, short circuit is just one of my favorite amps to use. The adrenaline is actually so good. No, I may actually keep that in. That's like kind of unintentionally using it. So now I'm just gonna like speedrun the trial and then showcase. But so I obviously blocked it off just so it'd take her longer to bash, but then she was too slow. So then it just ends up just giving me the adrenaline, so I could run away. Actually, the Barricade rig went through quite a few changes. One of them being you can now place them in these like doorways, and it makes it really good because these are actually a lot more common than you'd think. And one of the other changes is when you bash down a barricade, instead of it just reducing the cooldown, they've now changed it so it now works in charges. So you can place 2 barricades at first, and then when you get up to level 6, I believe. No, level 7. Get an extra 3rd barricade, and pretty much it's no cooldown in between. You just need to put them up. But the thing that I've kind of found with this, but with the issue being, is the only way to get a charge back, like from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, is with a regular charger or bashing it. And also the other thing is we have the Breach and Rush, which is 6. Right? We have Breach and Rush, which is one of the new upgrades. It just gives you adrenaline, and there's a cooldown every 60 seconds. It's the exact same. I think it actually works more effectively now, because before you could just hold it down, but then enemies, if they were close enough to it, they had priority. So they wouldn't actually... the enemies actually had priority, and so they would actually, you know, bash the door and hit you first instead of placing down the barricade, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so you just place down the barricade like usual. The playstyle itself is the exact same as it was before. It's just, it could be used very differently. It could delay enemies for quite a while. I see pictures also as well, and you have up to 3 charges. 3 charges. Again, you can bash. And I don't know why I'm getting the adrenaline boost. It should be every 60 seconds. Yeah, all you need to do is just hold down. And then it will just it will close the door, it will do the full animation. Yeah, you have a giant bashing through. Still takes quite a few hits. Yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of other areas. You'll see this like icon in the middle. I believe this is the blocked paths, or it's very similar to it anyway. Yeah, just like before, you use it the exact same. It's literally just to hold off a certain point to kind of delay enemies when they get to that point. And you can also do it like right behind you. But it can be used a lot more effectively now because of the 3 charges, and I'm really happy with that change. It makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker to hold off a certain area. And as you see, when the cooldown is up, you'll get all 3 charges back. So if you actually want all 3 back, you either need a rig recharger, bash down previous barricades. Because if you just leave a barricade somewhere, it will stay there. And I'm pretty sure there's a maximum of 3 barricades that could be up per trial, per player, I think. I haven't actually tested it in co-op yet. I obviously will for my over-explained video. Yeah, again, what you need to do is just place it down. And yeah, this is exactly how it worked before, but you have 2 more charges. So instead of having to use a rig recharger, or whatever to, you know, be able to place down another barricade, you now have 3 charges, so you can... I mean, this is most likely just me, but I kind of wish Short Circuit also worked with, like, the individual charges, and not just the full cooldown.
Hiding from Mother only makes things worse.
Also, I think Barricade works the exact same as it did before with the enemy AI, where if they knew you weren't behind a barricade, they won't bash it, and they'll pretty much act as if they can't go through that area. They can't go through it. But sometimes they do. So, it was one of the reasons I really liked Barricades. It was pretty much, if you just put it somewhere an enemy won't pathfind over there. And yeah, one of my, like, kind of complaints about it is the kind of getting charge back when you're on a cooldown. It's on a 60-second cooldown, but as you can see, when you bash one, it gets you a charge back. It gets you 1 charge back. So then you just need to rely on this 1 barricade, and then it's the cooldown. So you actually need to, like, wait on the cooldown if you want all 3 back, or... I don't know if it's, like, too big of an issue. It's just something I thought about. And there is just one thing, one, like, small complaint I have, but, you know, this is just a balancing thing, is I kind of wish that I feel like having restore a charge as base kit is a little bit too OP. I feel like that should be part of Breach and Rush, at least, since Breach and Rush, it's kind of encouraging you to bash your own barricades. But I know everyone else and their mothers will disagree with that. I'm okay. Oh, perfect timing. Got the picture. Yeah, again, it's actually kind of hilarious to me that so many people were like, oh yeah, Barricade is horrible. But the playstyle is the exact same now, it's just can be used better. Alright, it's me editing. It's the editor version of me. Just something I wanted to quickly add in here, because I thought it was really funny, about the Barricade then versus now. Is, I'm not going to name names or point fingers, but there's a certain Outlast Trials content creator, who was playing the Project Scavenger event and used the Barricade rig and found out the Barricade can bash down locked doors in 1 hit instead of the 3, right, that it normally takes when you don't have the prescriptions. He found that out and he was, like, really surprised, and he was like, wow, the Barricade's so good. Well, a little fun fact, it's always been like that. The Barricade has always been able to bash down locked doors in 1 hit instead of the 3 or 2 that it normally does. But yeah, and I just thought that was really funny. Thought I'd mention it. But anyways, back to the video. Like, the way you use Barricade is the exact same. Like, it's used to hold off a doorway or whatever, just so to, you know, to delay enemies. Like, if you think about back in the Outlast days, when you locked a door behind you, it took an extra second for you to do that, but it delayed the enemies by an extra couple seconds, right? And it was really, really good. Place barricades to block openings and delay pursuers. It's the exact same, it just can be used more effectively. Yeah, I'm not going to go fully in depth about the Barricade, that's for my over-explained video. The thing I did see people saying about what the rework could have is being able to place one on EIGs. That would be really good. It would delay, like, cause it would add a bit of, like, strategy, because if you know how they work, it's the area you're in, an enemy will spawn at the closest EIG, X-Pop insertion gate. And so placing a barricade there, like, the closest one to you would be really, really good. Would have been really good, but they didn't do that. Alright, but obviously, I love the Barricade so much more now. I was a barricade user. Again, I used it. I don't think I actually said this, but I've used it for 2 full relapses. Like just using pure barricades since I'm a Genesis player, right? Genesis and customs is my thing. So I've got a lot of experience with every rig, but the barricade especially, 'cause it was just really good in general. I never understood the hate for it. I know it's not it's not as like satisfying the usage when you just use it since it's just placing a barricade. But like in the end, it could be really, really helpful. But real quickly before we're going to X-ray, it doesn't seem like there's too many changes with barricades. The main thing being breach and rush. That was whenever you bash your barricade, you got a cooldown reduction. And the only other thing that's been changed is obviously the charges. That's the main thing about the Barricade Rework, and it works so well. I'm a big fan of it. And then you can also place barricades in more places, which is really, really nice. Yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy with the Barricade Rework. Again, if you could just put them on EIGs, maybe it's like an upgrade would make sense. Like a late game upgrade, kind of like how Corrupt is on Jammer. Alright, now let's show off the X-Ray Rework, and there's been quite a decent amount done to it. The main and most important one being the toggle. So you just click it, X-ray effect is on, you click it again, and it turns off. And instead of working on a cooldown, it works on a charge. And you'll be able to see this both on the rig and on the cooldown in the bottom right. You'll be able to see the amount of charge it has, but my favorite being on the rig itself. I'll obviously show you, but you can see exactly how much charge it has and how much charge it has left. Yeah, as you can see on the extra, it's a little harder to see with the adrenaline, but on the right side of that is the charge of the X-ray next to my thumb. Yeah, as you can see right there. So when I use it, you can see it works the same. One of the changes is we have the electro field, which makes it so mines and traps don't get set off. See if we do that. Yep. As you can see, I'm now at halfway-ish of my X-ray usage, and it's slowly going up. It's really, really awesome change. I love it. And one of the other changes, as you can see, is you can ping things through walls, and the pings will stay. You can have it up to... I actually can't remember how many. Yeah, X-ray is really good now. Another poster there. Oh, was that a document? It was. Yeah, I'm just gonna be casually using it. Yeah, throughout the trial, because I can. I can use it as much as I want. It's so kind of broken in a way, but let's not complain. I mean, even though Red Barrels aren't really the kind of devs to just like hear one complaint about something and just nerf it, they like a kind of like community opinion. Yeah, so the pinging is so actually useful. It's really, really good. The toggle, you can now use it different. Hold on, let me just page so I can explain. So before with X-ray, how it was used is you pretty much had to use it and then get as much value as you could, and like you had to remember where certain things were, right? But now you can not only just toggle it on and off, you don't need to wait for the cooldown. It could be a wee bit buggy. Oh, wait, got him. What? Don't you dare. I mean, the other good thing is you can just like, as you can see, door trapped. But you can just like bash through trap doors. Is really nice. But yeah, the electromagnetic field is a really good upgrade. I mean, you can just like, you can't blow up, you know, it's great. Wait, there's a little bit of a delay between the toggle, which is actually really good. So you can't just like spam it. But yeah, it is definitely interesting. It's gonna take a while for me, at least, to get used to the electro field, since I'm just so used to going around or on mines. And if you've been paying attention, You can see the charge on the rig itself. And I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's visually changed about the rig when you're holding it. Where is she? There she is. But yeah, the X-ray is actually so much more useful now. It's insane. Alright, one other thing about the X-ray is, as you can see, I'm very low charge, but a way to get it back is with the short circuit amp. Instead of having it do cooldown, because it's changed, the cooldown pretty much does not exist. Bro, why did she... Alright, something else I like about the X-ray is instead of... Because there's no cooldown, instead how short circuit works with it is it just gives it back charge. So as you can see, if you look bottom right, or if you look at the rig itself, it goes up. It goes up. It goes up. And then we just do it again. It just gives it more charge. So it could be a very interesting way to use the X-ray. Because you can pretty much be permanent X-ray with this. So you could pretty much, in a way, be permanently in X-ray. Apart from, you just need to stand still, and then you just need to charge it. So you need to take off your X-ray, charge it, and then use it again. And I did use the other, like, cooldown-based amp, Hide and Restore, like, when it first came out. And I'm pretty sure it just made the charge faster when you're in a hiding spot. Yeah, and even when you're in X-ray, the thing I really like is, as you can see the bar going down, so you can see how much charge you have. Just by having it in your hand, it's a really nice change. I'm honestly kind of in love with it. It's so good. So again, with short circuit, you could pretty much be almost permanently in X-ray if you just use it right. You just need to be hunting down batteries. And obviously, with a rig recharger, it gets you back. Now, obviously, with a rig recharger, will get you back to a full charge, but I would not recommend using a rig recharger with X-ray, since no matter how much charge your X-ray has, you can use it. It just, see, when your X-ray runs out, you see, you take it off, but then when you have a little bit of charge, you can use it again. You just will go down, getting charge. There's insignificant charge, so it doesn't need to be like... Okay, so it needs to be at 10%. Okay, I actually didn't know about that. That's good to know. Yeah, so you can see the meter, and you can see the 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 100. It needs to be on at least 10 for you to be able to use it, which obviously makes sense, so you can't just, like, spam it. The X-ray changes are very useful. Another thing I did see people say was being able to see the black light, but I don't know. I feel like that would be far too overpowered. Like, I understand how it could work because of the type of pain and whatnot it uses, but I feel like that would be way too overpowered. And I know it'd be trial dependent. I know I'm yapping, but I'm trying to explain how I feel like the being able to see black lights and stuff through walls would be very overpowered. Maybe if you're in the room, right? If, like, in the radius of it, you could see it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much else to show. I couldn't properly show off the, yeah, I didn't properly show off the infinite X-ray. I mean, it's literally just these two. But... yeah, overall, if you couldn't tell, I love the XRay rework. And toggle system and how it works in charge instead of cooldown. The pinging. Being able to see items like posters, objective items and all that through walls. Being, like, all in the one upgrade is really good. Electromagnetic fields, very useful. There will be a lot of cases where this will actually, like, save you from being put in full psychosis and whatnot. And... you know, being able to, like, quickly bash the doors. And then the rest is just, you know, making the base X-ray a lot better. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of both, but especially the X-ray. What they've changed with the X-ray has been really good. It has massively changed how you actually use the X-ray. Because before, you would just use it, look around, and you had to, like, remember where each thing was, so you'd come back to it. But now, it's a toggle system, and you can ping things. It's really, really good. The pings actually last longer than if you were to manually ping something. Yeah, hopefully I was able to show off the full reworks. I did, actually, the day before the update came out. use both rigs a lot just to get the final full experience before the rework, but I'm very, very happy with both. Alright, so hopefully I was able to properly show off the rig reworks. I'm as a rig master, I'm very, very happy with both reworks. It makes both rigs extremely, extremely useful. There's a lot more reasons to actually pick them in Escalation, and they're really, really good. And also, one last thing is, I have a second channel now that I'm going to be posting a lot more. Before it was previously just Twitch VODs, but now I'm going to be posting some just like horror games and a bunch of other games that I just play and just want to record. Since, you know, content creation is kind of my thing, I would say. I really enjoy it. So having another channel where I can post, where I don't need to, like, you know, only record Outlast content has been really good. So far I've just got the one video. It was a horror game I played. It was really good to watch. Would highly recommend. And we also should be getting the blind rig over explained done next week. But yeah, with that being said, appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.